Hey guys, this is Alistor, once again with my companion Shauna, and welcome to another installment of Dark Souls Made Easy. When last we left off, we got a whole bunch of sick loot out of Blighttown, died to fall damage a million times, and then made our way back up top. Now, let's go talk to Petrus.
Oh, you again? Me? I've become separated from my lady. I've scoured near and far, but no sight of her. Where could she have gone? Milady, to think I swore to protect you with my life.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Petrus basically abandoned Rhea in the catacombs, and when you rescue her, he'll try and kill her, and she sells awesome miracles, and that is frankly unacceptable. So now you must die. It's not like he's a hard guy to beat. Like, he'll cast Force and heal, but he's fucking flimsy.
It can't end like this.
He's worth 2 humanities. Yeah, basically, he'll kill Rhea, and in front of the altar where you found that Firekeeper soul in the Undead Burg, you'll find some humanities and a really bad talisman. Now, let's talk to the monster here.
Ah, hello. Was it you who rang the bell of awakening? I am the primordial serpent, King Seeker Frant, close friend of the great Lord Gwyn, chosen undead, who has rung the bell of awakening. I wish to elucidate your fate. Do you seek such enlightenment?
Well, given how I have a whole bunch of shitty items I want to sell.
Very well. Then I am pleased to share. Chosen undead, your fate is to succeed the great Lord Gwyn, so that you may link the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse of the undead. To this end, you must visit Anor Londo and acquire the Lord Vessel.
Yeah, don't fucking care. Let me sell you some stuff.
I am pleased to see you well. Is it something urgent?
So, that's Frant. He looks horrifying, but he's a nice guy. And he will sell you all the crap in the inventory you don't use for souls. Usually you won't get very much, but the fact that you can clear all the garbage out of your inventory in your bottomless box makes management so much better. It takes a long time to do, so I'm just going to cut and come back once I'm done. And we're back. So I sold all the useless crap that I had accumulated so far, and I made a pretty tidy profit. So now we're moving on to Sen's Funhouse. I use Funhouse with a great deal of sarcasm because this place is actually hard. Like, really hard. But it appeals to my inner treasure hunter. And when I went there, I actually did enjoy it. Like, it was fun dodging the traps and fighting the snake monsters and finding all the little hidden areas. Can you tell I'm an Uncharted fan? Okay. Now, entrance into Sen's Fortress is actually right by the blacksmith. He picked a really good place to set up shop. Well, let's first things first. I'm so fucking tired of killing you beef jerky douchebags. I mean, I'm tired of killing them, but running them past them makes me look like a chicken shit. Well, we can't have that. I certainly will not be shown up by fucking zombies. Might as well fix our gear. Might as well, we don't lose anything from doing it. Repair feels so good with durability weapons. Ability to fix your gear on the fly? So useful. Better than wasting $1 million on repair powder. Actually, now that I'm here, I want to make one of my Uchis into +6, so I can turn it into a Chaos Blade later.
Well, hello again. You seem to be doing all right.
Need anything forged?
Yes, I do, now that you mention it. Doesn't matter, that one. Good enough.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
Okay. Onwards and upwards. I guess in this case, literally upwards. Okay. Refueled and ready to go. Yeah, from what I remember of Sens, it requires a lot of concentration of play, and it's actually not overly very interesting. So forgive me if the commentary is kind of sparse. There's not an awful lot to really talk about here, other than the few pieces of very good equipment. Yeah, there's a fuck ton of step plates and snake monsters, and traps, and pendulums. So I'm just gonna dust these guys and be on our way. Ah, fuck, you blocked. Man, magic damage wrecks these guys a lot more than I remember. Yeah. That's done. Yeah, I was trying to set up so that I would get those guys to follow me and then trigger the step plate and those arrows, like, kill one of them for me. Anyways, dealt with them pretty easily. Okay. And here's where it makes sense really fun. Okay, well, to start, if you stand at this here bloodstain and equip your bow, there is a lightning throwing snake monster up on this here upper bridge. And if you stand at this here bloodstain, these pendulums will block all of his lightning attacks. So you can just plink him to death with your bow, and you don't have to worry about him killing you with lightning. Or worse, hitting you with lightning bolts, staggering you, knocking you off the edge, and then you fall to your death. Or even if you survive, then you'll get flattened by the fucking prowling demons that are chilling out down there. There we go, finally found you. Be warned that the pendulums will either block or deflect your arrows, so it'll probably take you a few more than is needed to kill them. They don't have an awful lot of health, so it won't take very long anyways. There's one guy down here, so let's see if we can't draw his attention. It's a good thing AI in this, in Dark Souls is fucking stupid. Kills me every time they do that. Now, hopefully we can go through here without meeting the same fate. It's plus 15. Okay. Basically, this is the only bridge you can theoretically survive getting knocked off by these pendulums and then landing on the ground. Everything else is just too high off the ground. You just fall, and then you get fucking squashed. Okay. Those two shinies are rings, actually. The top one is the Slumbering Dragon Crest ring, which completely eliminates any sound your character makes, which is very, very useful in one section of Anor Londo, which we will get to in a couple episodes. That bottom one is the Covetous Gold Serpent ring, which increases your item discovery rate, which is awesome if you're trying to farm for items. Now let's run past. Oh god, no. No, 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 no! Fuck! Okay. In my defense, it has been a very, very long time since I've been in Sens, and I can't rightly recall the spacing on all the pendulums. That being said, That was a pretty fucking sad death on my part. I am sorry. Oh well. Now let's fix our shit and go back in the fray. Yeah, shit like that is why people bitch about sends. You're doing really well, and then you come across a pendulum bridge, and it's so narrow you can't really move that well. Admittedly, there really is nowhere to move to sideways. It's just more, the higher up you get, the narrower the bridges get, and the pendulums get placed in worse and worse positions for you. Besides, no one likes getting bitch smacked off a precarious ledge to their death, and ow! Fuck, that hurt. Damn it, those arrows were supposed to kill one of these guys. Oh well. That's what I have pursuers for. Ah, get parried. Feels nice to parry those guys, but be warned. They do lots of damage, so if you mess up, you'll feel it. Too bad that guy fucking respawns. Have to do this all over again. Although, admittedly, it is better than trying to run through these pendulums. Fight the snake monster while he is throwing lightning bolts at you. Then run up the stairs and try and get those pendulums while he is throwing lightning bolts at you. Fucking pendulum, stop helping him. No, that should do it. Okay, last one. There you go. Come get some. That's still fucking funny. Yeah, that drop won't actually kill him, unfortunately. His health is a bit too high for that drop to gank him, in addition to the pendulum damage. So eventually he'll crawl his way out of there, and then climb up the ladder, and then dump himself off on the other side. So, be warned, if you go back down, you'll probably have to fight him. Or if you drop down into the pitch, he'll probably still be there, and you'll have to fight him. Now, yay, we dodged the pendulums, feels so good. And the arrows. And some large Titanite shards. Cool. By the time you get there, you'll only be able to make up to +10 weapons. And this place is actually pretty good for farming large Titanite shards. Okay, mind that snake guy and that drop. You'll soon be able to drop stones on his head. Oh, I'll have none of that. I wanted the boulder to kill him. Guess I gotta do it the hard way. Okay. Fucking run for it! Oh god, that was close. Yeah, there's another snake guy up here. Good thing I'm not a thalassophobe, or otherwise this place would be fucking hard. Get wrecked. There we go. And you're dead. Yeah, let's just play it safe. Boulders hurt, if you can believe it. There is some decent loot up here, though. Okay, chest is in this corner. So, Ring of Steel Protection. It increases your physical defense by a pretty sizable margin. It's useful if you have a low endurance character, so you can wear light armor, still be able to move reasonably well, and still have decent physical protection. That there's a show tell. You can buy them off Shiva. Their two-handed power attack goes through shields, so it's useful against defensive. Ow! I'll have none of that. They're useful against defensive enemies or against defensive players in PvP. I'm not really a fan of the weapon. I don't care much for its moveset. Its range isn't that great. It doesn't attack overly fast either. Now I gotta talk to an onion bro.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall. Or a ball, to be precise. I'm afraid I'm a bit too tough to be outrunning those things. So here I sit in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
So that's Siegmeyer. If you talk to him a few more times in different places, he'll give you gear. And if you follow his storyline all the way to the end, you'll get a Titanite slab. So don't attack him. He'll give you cool shit. And like, come on, he's an onion bro. Who could possibly want to attack that? Right, now let's make it through this doorway. Yeah, no boss in here. Just more traps. And a lot of Silver Knight statues. And I remember this. Ah, fuck, I still said it. Oh, I don't remember you. Fortunately, he's just as squishy to magic as everyone else here. Oh, there wasn't anything here. And the hits keep coming. Okay, let's book shit up the stairs. And fuck yeah, we outrun the boulder for once. Normally you can't really outrun that thing and it decks you and it hurts. Okay, so you can actually change what direction these boulders are going. We're gonna set it down there. You remember that snake dude who was just leaning against the wall, chilling, probably stoned out of his mind? That there wall he's leaning against actually leads to a prison area. And there is a very, very good merchant for int-based players in that there prison. So we gotta bust him out. Smack. Nothing else. Doing it this way will also clear out the boulder from here, because there's loot to be found around here. I don't particularly want to get fucking flattened on the way, neither. Yeah, souls are nice, but real goodies are this way. So on that there platform, there's two places you can go. Up here, there is... okay, Black Sorcerer Gear and Hush. Armor's shit, obviously. It's mage gear, it has no fucking protection anywhere. The Sorcerer's actually interesting. It's called Hush. What it does the same thing as the Slumbering Dragon Crest ring, where it'll muffle all the sound you make temporarily. Let's see. Now down here. Yes, this is an elevator. It leads to the bottom of that there staircase. Yeah, if you stand on it too long, it'll rise up into the ceiling and smush you. You know, the timing on this thing suggests that it's just a one-way elevator, so let's not risk that. Okay, let's go back. Oh, there we go. He's dead. Good. Okay, so let's just go back. Now, on the other side of this here platform, there's a hole in the wall that you can fit through. Okay, still not coming. So this here hole in the wall and someone knocked down for some inexplicable reason. And lead to a little drop, and this is where you get one of the two awesome rings I was talking about. There it is. Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring. It is highly recommended you pick this thing up. Otherwise, there is no way to get past the Great Bow. There are ways to get past the Great Bow Troll Archers in Anor Londo, but this, in conjunction with the spell that we bought, Hidden Body, is by far the easiest. Now, you could also theoretically do it with the Ring of Fog and with the spell Hush, where you just equip them both, you're invisible, you make no sound, you run past them. However, the Ring of Fog is a hell of a lot harder to get in this stage of the game. You either have to join the Kitty Cult and defeat 3 people you invade, which, if you're low level and or not good in PvP and or want to join an actually relevant covenant, that's not very good. The other option is you can trade an item to Snuggly the Crow, and he will give it to you. The item in question is the Skull Lantern, which you need in order to navigate the Tomb of the Giants, because otherwise you can't see for shit. And if we're doing it this way, we wouldn't have made it to the Catacombs yet, which leads to the Tomb of the Giants. The Catacombs is where the enemy who has the... Ow! That actually didn't do as much damage as I thought. Anyways, Catacombs has the enemy who gives you the Skull Lantern. Now there is another one which you can find part of the way through Tomb of the Giants. Tomb of the Giants is not really what you'd call mid-game level. It's more towards like the last third, because it's pitch black and there's lots of falling and giant skeletons and skeleton dogs. They'll fucking wreck you. Alright, so we've cleared the way, stopped the boulders. Now let's go talk to a awesome dude.
You seem quite lucid. A rare thing in these times. I am Logan. I'm a bit cooped up, as you can see. I have a bright idea. Suppose you set me free. I'm old and empty-handed, but I could repay you with knowledge and sorcery. This place is melting my mind. The inactivity is repressive.
Well, the last guy we freed murdered a Firekeeper. What could you possibly do?
Oh, heavens. Thank you. I'm saved, and I'd love to resume my travels. But I must log a few things first, and I owe you a favor. I will return to Firelink Shrine. Speak with me there, so that I may impart my sorcery.
So that's Logan. He's a super cool dude. He sells like the really high-end, high-level sorceries. Soul Spear, homing Soul Mass. Those things are totally fucking awesome, and if you're interested in investing in intelligence, those are must-have spells. Well, Soul Spear puts all the soul arrows to fucking shame, and Homing Crystal Soul Mass actually is actually a really good close range weapon. It's kind of like Pursuers in that it'll create a bunch orbs of energy that'll kind of hover around you, and then they'll lock on to an enemy that comes closest. Given that sorceries are more for range fighting, having something that'll engage when your opponents are close to you is pretty fucking good. Plus, you can always stack magic combat where those things fire off and then you clip them in the face with the fucking Soul Spear for max damage. Okay. Oh, ow. God damn it. Okay, so we freed Logan. So now we can turn that this way. And now we can go to the bottom here. I just saw someone getting damage, but they didn't die. I got nothing. Okay, so I don't know. I can't rightly recall how this triggers, but eventually this here pit gets filled up with boulders, and then it'll eventually get full, and one will come rolling down, and it'll crash through that there back wall. And that's how you get the covetous gold serpent ring. Alright. Now, this is where the game starts to troll you. Well, it's been trolling you since the beginning, but this is pretty bad. So you come in, you dodge the boulders, you see a treasure chest, you think to yourself, oh, fuck yeah, those boulders suck to ass, but at least I can get some cool gear. Well, no. From Software designers are fucking assholes. So that's where they decided to make these enemies. Watch. Yeah, that's a fucking mimic treasure chest. If you open a mimic up, it'll fucking grab you and bite your fucking head off and you die. I've actually seen reactions of people who meet their very first mimic and get ganked by it. Oh god, is it funny. So, yeah, just wail on them, kill them. You'll get their gear if you kill them. That one drops the lightning spear, which is the first weapon you can get in the game that'll do lightning damage. It's actually pretty good. Lightning damage and fire damage weapons. They have fixed damage outputs, so the only way you can increase the damage is by increasing the level of the weapon. So, lightning spear to lightning spear +1, and so on. It also stops scaling. So, no matter how high your stats are, you won't get any bonus damage. But also, regardless of how low your stats are, if you can at least make the minimum, it'll still do the same amount of damage. So say 500 damage combined lightning physical, when you have only say 20 strength and 15 dexterity, because you're focusing all your stats on intelligence and faith. That's like, for me, with the stats on this character where like everything is maxed out, lightning and fire damage weapons aren't as useful as ones that do scale, but they are very good for lower stats, or like people who want to just like stay at like soul level 100 or whatever for PvP purposes, but they still want a fuck ton of damage. So there's a trio of snake people here. Let's get the one that's guarding treasure first, because fucking treasure. There you are. Ugh. Yeah, one of these days I'll practice on these guys enough to parry them. You only see them in 2 places though, so it's not overly relevant. Okay, so a couple more large titan shards. One more. Oh, feels so good. Oh. That there drop that's behind this guy. I can't rightly recall where it leads. You won't die if you jump down there. I think it might actually lead to the room where the covetous gold serpent ring is. I can't remember. But eventually, there'll be a big hole in the wall, and you can just run and grab it that way. Okay. Okay, this is the really fucking sketchy part here. This is the sketchiest fucking pendulum bridge by far. And actually, hang on, I haven't used this thing yet. Great bow time, motherfucker. Belting people with this thing's so much fun. Pah! Go flying. Oh, he's not dead. Fucking wall. God, get flattened. Okay, he's dead. Don't need that anymore. So, narrowest bridge so far. And these pendulums are way too close together. Just close enough that you can actually stand in the middle, but far enough away you can't run between both sets. That's the trap area, so mind the step plates. There are 2 in this area. That's how you get to the snake guy if you don't snipe him to death. Yeah, so let's just run up here. Alright, we're almost done Sen's Fortress, actually. We're at the top. There's one thing I want to do before I rest at the bonfire. There is a giant up here who will throw equally giant fire bombs at you, and they explode like a fucking blockbuster bomb from World War II. So he'll throw them at you if you don't kill him before you fight the boss up here. And well, the boss fight itself is easy, but the platform you fight him on isn't very big. So if you have to dodge both the bombs and the boss, it can get kind of trying. It's not very hard to kill these giants though, and there is very good reward for doing so. Oh god. So, boss gate there. Up here. Up here is where we want to go. So these giants, they are a guaranteed drop for Titanite chunk, for upgrading lightning weapons to from up to +4, and then normal weapons to +14 after we find the very large ember. Won't get to that until you go through New Londo ruins properly. That'll be the first place we go to after we clear out Londo. Okay, so kind of hesitant about trying to fight this guy right here. His attacks will clip you through the wall. So fuck. Okay. I don't think this is gonna work now that I think about it. Fuck it. Of course, the instant I stop trying to aggro him to death is the time he actually does this fucking attack. Okay, fuck it. Dark Beat. There we go. Should've probably done that from the beginning. Okay, back to the Falchion again. There we go, Titanite Chuck. And now that guy's not throwing fire bombs at me anymore. Okay, so that's it for Sen's Fortress. I'm probably going to be cutting the video once I get to the bonfire. After this, we're fighting the boss, and there are a couple of secrets which I haven't got to yet. There's some up top here. There's a merchant we can meet, and there's a bunch of prowling demons which I must kill. So thanks for watching. Like, rate, subscribe if you want to see more. This is Alistor signing off. Have yourself a great night, you guys.